My name is Enilorunda Oladejo Jahman Anikulapo. I was born and raised in Lagos. Earlier part of my childhood was in Lagos Highland because my father was mostly up north working. This was post-Civil War. And then later we were moved to Agege, Capital Road of today. We were one of the first families to settle in that area where we had all the characters that became legend in our turbulent past residing. We hear of Nobanga, Kusiya Wereleko, Ejire, even Alado will come from Mushin, and they will all come into our house. Because of one reason, my father was a distributor of top beer, and in front of the house was a shop where he sold drinks. So musicians and all kind of layabouts were always coming around there. I remember that Enilorunda, in fact, is an uncle to my mom, was always there. Olowonyo, Oseni Ejire. Many of them, once they come to Lagos to perform, they always ended up in our house. And so the Nobanga characters and Alado and the rest of them were always coming into that place. So in that kind of environment, it was easy for a child to lose orientation. I even learned boxing, just as we were trained in football and the rest of them. But there were values that he instilled in us, the value of education. He insisted that every one of us must go to school. And he insisted on using his car to drop us off in school. So he told us that education was the only thing. Since he didn't have so much education was the only thing that he could give us. And he ensured that we got that. He also taught us of the value of work. For instance, his house, his two major houses, he ensured that we, the children, especially the boys, we had to participate in the building of the houses. So we were the bricklayers. We were the, what they call poun-poun people. You know, you have to mix the sand and then you put it on your head. And I still have the mark on my head today. Because he said you cannot live in a house that you did not participate in building it. You will never appreciate it. For instance, we had to go and walk. Not because he was poor. He wasn't poor. If he had a car and he had more than 4 houses at that time, he wasn't poor. But he ensured that we went to work in factories located in our neighborhood. Wahum. I worked in Wahum. I worked in Guinness. Many of those places, Bisco, where you really have to go overnight and then you not sleep, then you come back in the morning, you're almost dead. I remember my mom would always fight him that why do you have to send these boys? Said they have to go and learn the value of work. He also taught us how to be respectful of the dignity of others. For instance, the man who took me to a Catholic school was an Igbo man, Bapayinaya. I even thought he was my father because my father was away for most of the time. So he took us to Catholic school. And by then, my dad was a Muslim. So how did we get to where we are today? I think it is because we lost these values. We lost parenthood. Our parents today spend more time at work or in the traffic, on the street. They have no time to monitor their children. So we're breeding monsters. And I think the way we can get back to that is to ensure that we begin to inculcate all these values in our children. And we are likely to get back to where we're supposed to be. I therefore join Simore in this collective drive towards a greater tomorrow.